I kind of saw a band called The Horrors, but the whole idea is I didn't see them. I saw them on MySpace.
Oh,
I found them on MySpace, and I went to go and see them at one of their gigs and got turned away. I then went back to the next one, got turned away, kept getting turned away. I just thought it was such a ridiculous idea that these bands are so amazing. They should be inspired, like they're more or less our age, and they're inspiring. They should be inspiring people like us. Like, I spoke to my dad about it. It's like I really feel that bands like The Horrors, like Test Icicles at the time as well. All these bands should be played to like people of our age, like not Astoria where it's like plus 16 or something, or wait for them to get to Wembley. Like bands like The Horrors or the Klaxons at that time probably, in my eyes, weren't going to get to Wembley. They were always going to be in like Madame Jojo's or White Heat. And so I just thought, because my dad was in a band before, he knew a few people that ran a venue down in South London where I live, and I kind of set up a pitch of my own to these people. And at first it was a bit of a joke. It's just like, no, it's not going to work. And they kind of like realised that it's such a gap. It was such a gap in the market. Like music's being marketed to us, but not being played to us until it gets to Wembley. Do you know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
So we don't get it early enough before it starts.
Yeah, like when it's exciting, when music's raw, when they haven't got roadies, when they're like carrying their big old guitars and they have to bring their drums down. That's when it's exciting, when it's like fresh, not when it's like, like at Wembley when there's like 80,000 people and you're like one of 80,000. It's like great when it's like one of 20 even, and you're like inside really intimate,
What kind of music do you play at the festival?
Well, we like to play as much as anything from 60s psychedelia to 70s punk, 80s no wave hip hop, and just as much stuff as possible, indie music, anything that kind of like our DJs want to play.
How do you publicise it to bigger bands? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I think because we got like The Horrors really early on, and they kind of became quite big. Whether it's your bag or not, they got quite big, and like bands kind of saw it as like a really great place because it was just for people under 18s, no one older, no record companies or anything. And I think it was just like such a interesting idea that bands kind of draw to it, and we got so much press from it that bands really kind of felt, God, we've got to be part of this. So that's how we get bands like Foals and stuff. Foals, The Horrors and Gallows. I think that's like a really mad lineup, because last year was really kind of indie centric, really popular, whereas this one, this is popular as well, but it's a lot darker and a lot weirder.
we're playing it, aren't we? We're playing it. Yeah, and we're supporting the Maccabees, aren't we? Yeah. I like. So, how do you choose which is like what's cool and what's not? Like, how do you like choose what young people like?
Yikes! I have no idea. Like, I haven't got a clue what young people like. I just assume. That's why we had when we first had The Horrors on. Like so many people hated The Horrors, so many people loved The Horrors. I loved The Horrors, so I put them on. Do you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like my own choice, And like obviously people like friends of mine, girlfriends, kind of just go, Foals. I went to see them, amazing live. Maccabees. Like, I'm not selfish. I'm not going to go, I like them, I'll put them on. Yeah. Like I like to see what people are into and like push it forward, maybe.
When is the Underage Festival? What day is it on?
8th of August, Friday, 8th of August, 2008.
Okay, what time?
8 in the morning.
8 in the morning? Is it? What? Oh, till what time?
8. So
8 to 8?
So it's like
12 hours?
Yeah, it's like 8th of the 8th day of the 8th month of the 8th year. Finishes on the 8th hour.